Hello and welcome to Driver Industrial. I'm Colby Johnson and I'm here to share with you one of our new products, the SC series of LED lights. We have a SC3, an SC4, and the SC Mega. Obviously the Mega is the largest one with 24 inches of LEDs. There's about 72 LEDs in there for brightness. It's a great topper to any existing whip that you currently have with the 1156 powered socket at the top. These lights are the new lights going to replace our previous manufactured lights that we've been building. We're no longer building those, selling the existing quantities until they're out, but this is going to be the light that you're going to want going forward. Our SC3, which was our premier launch light, this is the brightest light. It's high performance, polycarbonate, impact resistance. And the key is, obviously, it's an LED that produces light for you in the color that you need to be compliant for your safety regulations. But it also has a unique engineered bottom here called the lock and seal base. What that means, instead of just the light going on the 1156 socket, just push down half a turn or a little quarter of a turn there and locking that in place, this actually has a base that removes. There is a washer. The base goes on, the washer goes on, and then the light goes on that 1156 socket, so it fits the same sockets that you currently have. And then once it's on the whip, then you would bring the bottom up to the top and screw that right on. And what that's going to do is give you a weather tight seal at the bottom and a secure connection contact at the top. So you've got IP66, 67 sealing and weather tight dust, weather dust, all the debris. So you're going to have a light that's going to stay on, stay put, not wiggle, not fall off and get lost, not get knocked off by a tree or bent or anything like that. You have more secure connection to the top of the whip to keep it in place. Now the LEDs are fantastic. Our SC3 has our brightest LEDs out of any light we've ever produced before. Please don't stare into them, they will damage your eyes. But the SC3 with the 1156 socket, lock seal base, weather tight, is the best light to go with. Now this is a low profile. As you can see, it has about 1.5 inches of LED lighting. Then we have a high profile, and this one gets you about 2.5 inches of LED lighting. Low profile is going to have one LED on each side with this engineered cut that's going to give you a 360-degree vision of the LED. So you're going to have light all the way around no matter where you are in relationship to this whip. Our SC4 has the second brightest light. LEDs that we use. Now this one has 3 LEDs on each side, so this has 6 total LEDs. It's a little taller, high profile. A lot of people like the higher profile because that's similar to what they currently use. So we have this is an SC4. I'll tell you more about the differences between these two. And then this is the SCM for Mega, because this is 24 inches of light. Now, first off, you might think, why would I need so much light? Well, there are a lot of mines that are requiring more LED visibility. And you can get these in the traditional 5 colors, your blue, green, red, amber, and white. And in certain instances, we have a dual color combination. Here in Arizona, we do a lot of amber red. So that's what this one is. It's amber on one side and red on the other. So we have that capability. Since we're the manufacturer, if we have enough volume behind a purchase, we can make whatever colors that we physically can possibly produce. Obviously, we want to stick to the basics for the most part, and we're very successful with that. But back to this. So we have a number of mines that are requiring fully lit LEDs, LED whips, and we do sell those, we make those. And they have a price point that's higher than this add-on light here. So if your requirement is to have at least 2 foot of LED lighting on a whip, you could use a regular whip or a whip you currently have and put this on and become compliant with that as well. In safety, we're always looking for brightness and visibility day and night. These lights are all fantastic for that. Night and day brightness. Again, you can use different colors for different mine site locations, construction locations, different companies, different jobs, different positions or titles of people that are in a site might have a different color of light. And workers might have the smaller lights, and the supervisors might have these tall lights. So there's a lot of different things you can do to create safety and utilize the lighting that we've created for you. So again, all three of these have the lock seal base. They produce a lot of light. They're very simple to install, and I'm going to show you that right now. So I have a whip here. Now the SC3 is a little different than your SC4. Your SC4 is purchased in either a constant light or a flashing, right? So if you want a amber light, it's going to be an SC4-A, FA for flashing amber, or CA for constant amber. And then the other colors would be similar. So you get a choice at the beginning when you purchase this light, whether you want it to be constant or flashing. Now the SC3 is unique because we put more, a little bit more into the computers on this. This one can be flashing or constant no matter what. So if you buy an SC3A for amber, it is flashing and constant. You use a magnet to turn that on and off. You just touch it right here. There's a little X, touch the X, and it'll switch it between that. Hold it there for about 1 to 2 seconds. So let me show you how to put these on, because they are just a little more tricky than a regular light, because the regular light is going to be press and turn and lock, right? So I have a short whip here, and your regular 1156 LED light would just simply go in here, press and lock, and you're on, right? And you can use these in exactly that fashion as well if you for some reason skip the bottom part, lose the bottom part, or whatever. If maybe you have another type of whip light that doesn't have room for this, like a telescoping whip, you might have to leave the base off as an option. But anyway, to get you set up, you're going to take the bottom of the light, unscrew that, you're going to put that on first. Then you're going to take your O-ring and put your O-ring on there, slide that on. Then you're going to take your light, put that in just like you normally would. Bring your O-ring up, bring your base up, and screw that right on. Let's see, maybe. You want to make sure you get the washer nice and flush so none of it's poking out of the bottom. Otherwise you're not going to get a good fit. And put it on there, snug. You don't have to over tighten it. But that's it. That's pretty easy to do. This light in particular is that dual combination light. So it is an amber light on one side and a red light on the other. Again, with the SC3 you have the option with a magnet, any magnet, but it will come with this little pawn magnet. And you can touch it for 1 second to 2 seconds and convert it from flashing, or from constant to flashing. And then once you set it, usually you're going to forget it and you don't need to change it again. But if for some reason one location requires flashing, another one requires constant, you have the ability to quickly select that with just this magnet or any other magnet. We also have day-night functionality. So at nighttime it will reduce the brightness with a sensor in there. You can turn that on or off with the magnet as well. You press and hold for 4 seconds and 2 flashes is off, 1 flash is on. And you'll get the instructions with the light at that point. But I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. Again, you have the SC3 with the super brights. We have an SC4 with a very bright LED setup. The SC4 is going to be your 6 lights versus 2. Again, 1 on each side. On the low profile, on your SC4, this is going to be 3 lights. And again, I picked a amber and a red. So this is a dual color. Again, dual color light there. And as you can see, they are very bright as well. The SC3 is a little brighter light using the computers that we have there. So this is a fantastic light. They are priced pretty close to our previous pricing on our lights. The SC4 is just a little less expensive than your SC3. Your SC3 has the extra computers and whatnot to run the flashing and non-flashing, so you've got those components in there, and it's a compact design, and anytime you go smaller with computers, they end up being a little bit more expensive. So your SC3 is more versatile, it is brighter, but it's just a little bit more on money. Your SC4, you have to choose whether you want flashing or constant when you purchase it, and your color, and then this one is just a little bit less in the price. But these are all phenomenal lights. I'll go ahead and light up this big 24-inch mega light for you. Again, I picked the amber red just to kind of stay in a consistent theme. But there you go, there's your red. Now this has a different polycarbonate covering. It doesn't have the 363-degree diffusion that this does, but it's still very visible from most angles. If you're looking at it directly on, it's not as visible as it was in these two models here. But most of the time you're getting some direction there. And again, there's your red, there's your amber, just for your example of both of those. Again, with your lock seal base, you're going to lock that on, especially with this tall one. You don't want it to fall off, so you would put that little guy back on there and lock it down. Again, make sure this little washer doesn't poke out as you're locking it in. Ta-da! So that's our SC series of lights. The SC3 little guy, SC4 medium, and then the big brother is the SCM for mega. Give us a call, send us an email. We're Driver Industrial. Check us out online at www.driverindustrial.com. I'm Colby, and I'm wishing you a safe day. Thank you.